Hi, Amy Smith here with Usborne Books More, and I'm going to share with you some math books that Usborne provides, starting with your baby or up to preschool. I love these math counting books, and I'll show you why. 4 little ducks, and your child can trace the number 4 as well as count the number 4 easily with these dots. And again, the repetition is what children need at this young age. 4 with the number there written, and then 4 and 1 more makes 5, and you can see the counting element there as they add 1 more duck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I caught a fish alive, with a fun little poem that makes the counting accessible to the child. I love these little books. They all come together, and they can also be blocks for the very, very youngest of learners. Moving on, telling the time is an important skill to have at the very youngest age. And this book taught my own child how to tell time. You can see on their clock there it says 7 o'clock. So your child would turn the dial to 7 o'clock. Very, very simple, and yet so effective in teaching your child time. This family is moving through their day, looking at the watches, looking at the clocks around them, and they're turning the dial to whatever time it is. A wonderful addition to any home. Usborne has many wipe clean books, and they come with a nice wipe clean marker. And you open them up, and your child can trace their numbers as well as count the images. Usborne has telling the time, multiplication facts, many math choices in the Wipe Clean series. We love all of these. Usborne also has dictionaries that can help a parent know what a child is supposed to learn. Starting with the first illustrated math dictionary, you can open up and count with your child. You can count up to 100, learning how to count by 2s and 5s and 10s, learning about even and odds. So much information here about number lines, things that we forget when we're out of school, things that we want to teach our child. You can simply read this with your child or pick a topic for the day. 3D shapes, very accessible. Moving on to elementary math, I'll show you the table of contents. You're working on fractions and decimals, percentages, measurements, shape and space. So much learning here. Circles, quadrants, and a lot for a child to explore in a really fun way with all these images. It's not just text after text. Every page uses an illustration to share the knowledge there. Illustrated Dictionary of Math. This one is for the older children. It does go into geometry, polygons, measurements, time, algebra. Lots of wonderful information there that could supplement any homeschooling learning that you're doing, or if your child just needs a basic summarization of what they're learning, this really could help any child in school. I think that it would have helped me. Usborne has more activity books that are very accessible. This is not a math book, it is an art and math book where the child can see how art and math are combined in a beautiful, beautiful volume here for the artist and math lover in all of us. We love this book. Teaches you about 3D drawings and angles. So much fun for any child. The lift the flap times tables, when it's time to learn your multiplication tables. What child would not want to be lifting the flaps here and learning about their multiplication tables in such a fun way? Times tables activity book. A fun way for the child to just have some drills that aren't too monotonous here. Really fun there. Usborne also has some hands-on tools that we provide. If you add 1 here, this is the addition wrap-ups. They also have subtraction, division, and multiplication. You start with 1 and you slowly are winding this string around these knobs from 1 and then you're going to go to 2. I'm trying to do it one-handed, and keep moving on, and there's a self-correction key on the back so your child can know how they're doing. So fun for a child to use their hands when they're learning. We also have the learning palette, and I have a whole video about how this works, but here the child is learning about shapes. There's a self-correction tool for each learning card here, and your child can count to 4 to 3, learning about fractions, learning about counting numbers, and there's a self-correction tool on the back. These all come with grades for math K through 5th, and each package comes with 12 really wonderful cards. I hope this helps you understand some more math tools you can bring into your home. Enjoy!